Hello? Can you guys hear me? I'm just going to do some quick audio tests first. I'll check the chat here. Make sure things are going good. Money from streaming. There's no money, yes, Decepticon. I can assure you of that. Decepticon wants a show. Rhinos, exactly. Can you guys hear me? Can you be useful? Are ye able to be useful? You sound drunk. Okay, that means you can hear me. Ryan, hello Ryan. Okay, so just let me have a quick hello to everyone. Ryan, obviously, Decepticon, Rhinos, and I think I saw Mamiya earlier on there. I can understand you for once. Trowbears is back. Congrats on the dev thing. Thank you very much, Trowbears. That was really cool. Maybe we'll talk about that a bit more after we go into this character profile thing. Okay. So you guys are ready to start. The original Ryan. You're Rhinos. Wait. Did you change your name? Are you the old Australian Ryan? Don't tell me you're the old Australian Ryan. That'll blow my mind. Cousin Justin. Here's a soft, silky voice. It's under the influence of alcohol tonight, lads, so bear with me, okay? I know I'm giving in to the stereotypes, but these things happen. Okay. So it's going to be the same. I didn't, right? I thought you abandoned me altogether, Ryan. I'm sorry about that. But I will get into that later. Let me just start. We'll do the same thing we did for the last live analysis, which is to watch the trailer first with no talking, and then we'll then we'll go back over it. How could I tell, Rhinos? Why would you change your name and not tell me? Okay. Anyway, I can't be listening to that chat anymore. We'll never get anywhere. So here comes the trailer. It's only a minute and a half long. It's not that big. But there's some juicy details. Well, backstory details, but still.
I've located 2 firewall access points. Data transfer in progress.
Access point locations are compromised.
Hostiles moving on you.
Okay then. Now let's see, do you have anything to add to the conversation before we begin? Everyone is a little Ryan. Abandoned. Okay.
My name's Evan.
Whoa. Whoa. What the fuck is this? Evan. Knock that shit off. Okay, I'm using the YouTube browser here. So it continued on without my permission. How do I go back? There's no option to go back. Oh shit. Okay. Can I type? Okay, I can't type. I need to turn off autoplay on this fucking thing. What is this? This We're experiencing some technical difficulties here. Okay. I'm just gonna hit next. Oh my god, what is this nonsense? Just let me go to the PlayStation website. It's right there. It's behind you. I agree. Okay, good. What's the channel?
When you play
Shut up. And oh no, I can't scroll. Can I not scroll? Wait, I got page down. Where's page down? Page down isn't working. Okay. I know what to do. Calm down, okay? I am going to simply Okay, be cool. I'm just going to remove this. The screen will go black for a sec, but don't panic, okay? Everything's going to be okay, I think. I don't know. I haven't used this before. Well, I've used it before, but not. I haven't had an issue like this before, you know? Let me just enter in 1920 by 1080p, and then we'll hit OK. And bada bing, bada boom. Now, where's the option to disable autoplay? Oh shit, I have to hit interact. Sorry.
I've located 2 firewall access points.
There we go. Shut up. Is auto? There it is. See that dirty bitch right there? Boom. Get smoked. Okay. That was a learning experience. Okay, so calm down, everyone. I've missed some comments here, but I'm guessing I get the gist of the comments. Probably all calling me incompetent, and yeah, there we go. Yeah, you sound drunk. Yes, I can. Okay, hold on a sec. I think I scrolled up too much. Unprofessional. Nice. What is this crud? Your subs have dropped. Good stuff. They have backstories. Okay, Alex brings up a good point. Be ready to pause. They have backstories. But Alex, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Reddit source here. I'm going to read it out so I won't need to pause. Thankfully. This channel is lame. It's going to be the upload. Yes, it will. Better save it. Save it for Ernie. Yeah, that's true. He needs the cash for electricity and stuff. Okay. Enough messing around. Let's get to the good stuff. We're going to break it down. I don't think we need to talk too much about the gameplay parts here. I don't think there's anything new. It's just basically the characters we need to talk about. But at the end then, I'd like to talk about which characters might be best for attacking, defending, who's got kind of like a neutral kind of streak, you know, that can go either way, that kind of thing. We'll get into that, but first we'll do like a one-by-one breakdown, and I'll start with Skip, I believe.
Data transfer in progress.
By the way, that's the first time we get a good look at this laptop. Kind of, you can see the bar is actually on the screen of the laptop, which is really cool. It's like another immersive touch. I assumed it would be a thing that would be like on your HUD, if you know what I'm saying, floating over your eyes or whatever, but it's actually on the laptop. You have to look at the laptop to see. Again, it's all about that immersion, you know.
Progress.
Okay, so Skip here. So his real name is Jack Turner. We already know his nickname is Skip. We already knew he was from Australia. We already knew he had the skill loaded, which lets him carry extra ammo for the primary and secondary. And I'm going to read out to you now his backstory from the... I got a post here on Reddit, right? It's from a user called It's My First Smoke Break. So all credit to this guy. He paused the video on each one so he could write it down, because the text for some reason gets redacted, you know, kind of, that's the style of it or whatever. But I'll just give you Skip's backstory real quick. It's not really important, but you know, it's, it adds a bit of dimension to him. So, as twin brothers leading a team of seasoned SAS or desert rats on a dangerous and highly classified operation, Jack killed his younger brother Tom with friendly fire due to redacted. So we don't know why. Heartbroken, Jack resigned from SASOR and continues his career as a private contractor. Jack always wears his brother's watch in combat as a reminder for lost time. So that's what's there under all that redacted shit, you know. So if you look at his left hand there, you can see the watch. I think he's got 2 watches on, does he? And if we just take a closer look at Skip, like when you think about his skill, he could probably be on either team, you know? He could be an attacker or a defender. He's kind of one of those neutral characters, I think. Let me see what you guys are saying. Are you saying anything good at all? Karen, the hype. The character's gestures and motions, this is from Mamiya, by the way, seem to represent them. Another nice touch. Yes, that's true as well. Mamiya, there's like they seem to have their own unique kind of vibe to each one of them, so that's nice. Nice bit of detail. I don't need to pause it. I can read it out to you. Ultimo D, thanks to the dude on Reddit. That I can see your name, Rhinos, so I know you're not Hess. Which character is the privileged white male class? I'll leave that up for you to decide. Is he a convict like myself? All Australians are convicts, so yes. And as you can see, he killed his brother, so you know that if that isn't convict behavior, I don't know what is. Kiwi, what's up, Kiwi? They shouldn't have used a white highlighter. What type of watch is it? I don't think that's too important, cousin Justin. Just that it's his brother's watch. You know, I'm guessing you'll probably see that as well. If we'll probably go back over like older gameplay, you'll probably notice one of the dude's hands has two watches. That'll be Skip's, because they all seem to have unique hand wear. That because when we're playing the game, it's all first person. So the only way we're gonna kind of identify ourselves is like looking at our body parts that we will see, which will be our arms primarily. So you'll see later on the guy Red, he's got like tattoos all over his arms and jewelry and shit. So they all have kind of like unique identifiers, and Skip's will be the double watch kind of thing. And he has like a poignant reason for that, you know. So this is some emotional shit right now. Where's the video stream of yourself? I couldn't get a webcam in time. Sorry about that, Ryan. Okay, so let's move on to the next character, if I can remember how. Okay, so this is Texas, sorry. This is kind of the one we knew the most about. We already knew Bullet Sponge, we already knew USA, Sarah Wells, and I think we even covered her backstory. Like, we knew she was involved with like poachers and shit like that. So let me just read out her backstory properly. So Sarah Wells is a US combat veteran, animal rights activist, and the founder of the non-profit organization Guardians of the Endangered. So having witnessed the devastating effect poachers have on wildlife firsthand during wartime, Sarah dedicated herself to the protection of endangered wildlife and hunting poachers through GOTE. Now I don't know what that stands for, but maybe one of you can tell me. She secretly funds the organization through her covert mercenary contract work and is often referred to as the poacher hunter. So she kills humans so that animals may live, basically, is what I got from that. But she is actually a pretty important character. I think she will be important in the meta overall because of that perk she has, Bullet Sponge. Dave Station, what's up? Nice to see you here. Next time do a PowerPoint presentation. That might not be such a bad idea, Dave. Tradition. And on the keyboard, jump frames forward and back. If that's helpful, get there. Oh no, it's okay. I'll just read it out. It's fine. You can trust me, okay? Are you buying the digital or physical? I'm getting digital so I can play it straight away at midnight. So don't play with Skip in hardcore mode because that asshole is a professional team killer. That's a good point in hardcore mode, actually. Yeah, you wouldn't really need all the bullets. We got Alphonse Gustafsson back. Hello, Alphonse. Pre-ordered the bundle with the aim controller. Good man. That's what I want to hear, Alphonse. Spread the word. Okay, so I don't know what you guys think about Texas overall. She sounds more of a defender type character. You know, you pick her if you're on the defending team just because of her ability, you know, Bullet Sponge. But she'd also be useful as an attacker too, you know. So I think I'd actually put her down the middle as well, like a neutral. Same with Skip. Her perk could benefit either side, you know. So we'll move on to the next one. Red. Okay. This guy's definitely got to be an attacker type character, you know. So, Russian dude, we knew his name was Red already. We already had his primary skill figured out, which is the extra frag grenade. We'll just read his backstory real quick. And by real quick, I mean real slow. So, as a contract killer for the Russian mafia, Sergei was feared and respected. So his real name is Sergei. His reputation for ruthlessly accomplishing the job at hand was legendary. His skills were in high demand, and he earned the nickname Red for more than his country of origin. I'm guessing, you know, red as in blood. But anyway, because of his deep connections to multiple Russian crime syndicates, Sergei eventually became the target, and now lives life as a ghost contractor. In order to survive, he remains in high demand. Okay, what are you guys saying here? Alex Bevan. I'm afraid I'm going to play the game and try and find a match, and there won't be anyone online. Alex, that is... I don't think you'll have that issue, at least in the first few weeks. If the game does well in the first few weeks, though, I think it will maintain a healthy player base. I mean, the thing I keep saying to anyone who says that is look at the PC, look at Rift and look at Vive. They have these games called Onward and Pavlov, both similar genres of games, and they came out like a year ago, maybe more, and they still have healthy player bases, and they're in competition with each other. Whereas Firewall is coming to PSVR only. It has no other competition in this genre. So, and it has the bigger player base as well. So I can't see it not doing well, you know. That is my response to that. Tradition. Texas with double time could be useful at running through no-go areas. We'll get to kind of like combining stuff towards the end, Tradition. But right now I just want to go one by one, break down their like embedded skills first, and then we can talk about mixing and matching. Justin, settle down. Asian Fever 5. I don't know what that means. Berserker Guts. That is silly, Alex. Everyone is hyped for this game. Well, no, it's not silly, because if you've looked at any other PSVR game, the multiplayer is kind of dead, except for Rec Room and I suppose Fairpoint. I never really had trouble finding a match in Fairpoint, but I don't play it too often either. Ryanos, I'm going to buy the physical copy, although it would be good to play it early. Won't be anyone online on, though, for me. I suppose that's because you're Australian and you're a convict and people don't want to play with convicts. Tradition, Alex joined. Yeah, that's a good point. Tradition, definitely join the official community, Alex, on the PSN, and you'll have no trouble finding people to play with. You can meet up with people, send friend requests. You can create events, you can create parties and all that kind of shit from inside that community. It's a useful tool to have. Okay, what was I saying? Primary skill with Karen is Bang Bang. Thank you, Ryan. It's the one created by First Contact. Black and white F is icon. Oh yeah, sorry, he's describing the community. Yeah, so Tradition is saying the community you're looking for has the F icon for First Contact. That's the one you want to join, okay? Trailbears, plus those games have larger teams. This is only 4v4. That's a good point, Trailbears. I think all of the embedded skills will work well on either side. Yeah, but there's definitely some that would work well with others. I think we'll get to those in a sec. I'll point those ones out. Check out OBS for next stream, PP. Dave, I'm using OBS right now. I don't know how to get the chat on screen though. And have your cam in there. I don't have my the laptop has a built-in camera, but it doesn't work. I don't know why. I always have this thing with laptops. Anytime I get one, the webcam breaks down in, like within a few weeks. I think it's because of the horrific things it sees, and it just doesn't want to work anymore. Ryan again, now you're a big time streamer, you will have to stop setting yourself offline since everyone wants to play with you. You mean I'll have to start setting myself offline all the time now, Ryan, or else I'll be spammed. Hello, Mr. Bean, aka the biggest racist on this stream right now. Berserker Guts, Firewall's biggest hurdle now is having decent servers. That's something we can't really know until it happens, you know. We'll just have to wait and see on that. Hopefully things will go good. So let's move on to the next operator. Okay, so we got Tariq, or maybe it's pronounced Tariq. I'm not too sure. He's the Syrian dude. His full name is Tariq Ajmi. I can't really pronounce that right, probably. And his skill is wired. Now, this is one of those skills that I think is definitely more beneficial to the attacking team than it is to the defending team. So his skill allows you to see traps at a greater distance. So judging by the wording on that, I imagine every operator can see traps once you get within a certain range, but Tariq will be able to see from a longer range. And you'd imagine as a defender, the defending team is going to be planting traps all over the fucking place. So I can't imagine that skill not being more on the attacking side, you know, so that he can avoid. I could be wrong now, Germ Vorf, but I see him as an attacker. What do you guys think about that? Question: is the game being released worldwide? As far as I know, it is, but it's not on the same day for everyone. So it's North America on the 28th, Europe the 29th, Japan the 30th. I can't speak for other countries. That's the ones I know of right now. Has the game got dedicated servers? We don't know. I don't think that's something they've talked about yet. That's something I will ask when I'm doing that stream. Berserker Guts, I want to know, can you customize how many rounds in a game? Having too few rounds in a game might mean too much looking at loading screens. I know there is private matches, and in those private matches you can customize certain settings, but we have actually no information on what those settings are just yet. Laner, what traps does Firewall have beyond mines? Well, there's C4. I wonder, does it include things like signal jammers or signal assisters or whatever they are? Anything placeable, I'd imagine, could be within that kind of category, but definitely C4 and definitely mines. Cousin Justin, do we know how many copies of this need to be sold in order to be considered a win? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think it's as much copies sold. I think it's more player base, like a healthy, consistent player base. That's the more kind of vital thing for this game. They've only worked on this game for 12 months, I think. I think they said it took a year to develop. So I can't imagine the costs would be too high. They wouldn't need to hit such a huge number to be considered profitable, maybe. But hopefully they hit whatever it is. Alphonse, any thoughts if it's possible to turn on these highlights on traps, teammates, etc.? Hope so. Oh, you mean turn them off? Okay, that's interesting. Well, in the case of Tariq, this particular operator, I'd imagine you can't. That's kind of ingrained in who he is. Otherwise, he has no advantage. He has nothing to offer. So I'd say it has to remain for him. As for the other ones, I know you have to be I'd say you'd have to be fairly close to see them. I'd say by the time you see them, you're fucked, you know? Otherwise, you've already kind of copped on. You already know where it is. But that's kind of a wait and see thing. Again, maybe in the custom matches, there'll be an option to turn that kind of thing off. I'd say in a hardcore match, if hardcore mode ever does come out, that would have to be one of the things they'd get rid of, you know? Kiwi, when you're doing what stream? So Kiwi, you missed my other video then. Has got in contact with me, Hesperber, the CEO of First Contact, and he wants me to do a play session with them, which I am assuming I'll be able to stream. So I'm hoping maybe I can ask them a few questions from you guys. If you have questions to ask me, I'll try and pass them on to them. If they're not open for questions, if they just want to play, then I'm not gonna pester them or anything like that. But yeah, that's what I mean there. Cousin Justin, true. If they sell 10,000, I'd say they'd be really... I hope they'd sell 10,000. That'll be a very low number if they don't. As long as it doesn't... Like, when you consider Resident Evil 7 has had 500,000 users. Now, I know that's a big AAA, high-profile game. But, I'd say it'll hit 10,000. Considering it's a global release, almost within 3 days. Okay, Laner. That makes sense then, because the other chick gives no crap about mines. Yeah, we'll get to her in a sec. Well, I say in a sec, but who knows how long. Germ, mines are extremely handy for attackers in games like Siege. I can see the trap related abilities being useful both ways as well. Yeah, well, that's the thing as well. If people can get creative, then they can kind of... Traditionally, you would imagine that mines and stuff like that would be on the defending team. If I was a defender, I would gravitate towards placeable traps like that. But there's people out there more creative than me, and they'd say, no, I'm going to take these mines, I'm going to take the C4, I'm going to turn the tables. They won't expect this, and that's a valid strategy as well. But I would just imagine that your average Joe would do the same thing that I would do. And in that circumstance, I would say that Tariq is probably better to have on the attacking team. What am I saying? Rhinos, the timing of the game is great as it's coming out way before Black Ops, etc. Yeah, Black Ops isn't really going to hold a candle again. Well, if you're a fan of VR, I think this is going to be something... This is something I've been waiting for personally since VR came out, since I got my hands on the PSVR, and since even Farpoint too, because Farpoint was almost had that, but it was just lacking the PvP. And I know it has 1v1, but you know, you want teammates, you want the tactical kind of ness to the game. Cousin Justin, will they offer a reply video? Oh, you mean a replay video mode to watch your match or edit it? That would definitely be cool, but they haven't talked about it, so I'm going to assume it's not there, but that's by no means confirmation. It's just one of those things where it would be, if they had it, they would advertise this, you would imagine, you know. Crook Gaming, welcome. Nice to see you here, man. Neo Split, Coco de France, I don't know what that means. Por favor. That's Spanish, I'm sorry. Merci, s'il vous plaît. Alex Bevan, don't understand why EU have to wait an extra day. You know, I think the reason behind that, Alex, is that just in case there's an overload on the servers, so America first, then get the Europeans in, then get the Asians in. Like a staggered release that way. I'm sorry, I got a bit of gas here. Rhinos, I remember seeing something about Farpoint selling a number of copies that has probably sold about 50,000 by now. I'd be surprised if it's only sold that much. But I definitely don't know enough about that to argue with you on that, Rhinos. Or Ryan, I should say. Dave Station. Lol, at your current pace you will have 90 minutes of discussion about this 90-second video. Hopefully, Dave Station. I could talk about this game all day long. So, I'm in no rush. Yo, so what did I miss? Just got here. TK. Someone fill in TK. Or TK, you can just like start the video from the beginning, or just wait until that's over and then watch it again. Welcome, by the way. Motorways, do you think the attacks and defenders get different weapon sets, as in explosions, like smoke grenades for defense? No, I don't think so, Motorways. I think it's up to you to pick the equipment that best suits the team you're going to be on, because after every round, you're going to be brought back to the menu so you can change defender, or you can change your operator, you can change your gear, your loadouts, all that kind of thing. So I think it's definitely going to be free for all. You can pick whatever you want, but if you're smart, you will pick certain things depending on what team you're going to be on. Neo Split. It means hello from France, buddy. Love your videos. Thank you very much. I thought bonjour was hello, but thank you nonetheless. Mamiya from Upload VR. There's no different sets, but yeah. But time to switch between rounds. Yeah, that's exactly what I think as well, Mamiya. Fuck off, Ryan. Okay, we're going to keep going to the next one. We spent an awful long time here. Dave Station was right. Okay, Raha. By the way, this Raha is the one that kind of really reminds me of this. Or reminds me to point this out. But look how detailed these characters are. They look really good, I think. And like especially Raha, if you can see like the right side of her face has like bad scarring going on, and we can see why she has that scarring if we look at her backstory. Let me just read out this real quick. Now, her real name is also Raha, apparently. She doesn't have a second name. She's Afghanistani. We knew that already. She's got Scout, and that means she's got heightened enemy detection. Surely, that's another one that kind of benefits... Or it's not another one, sorry, but that's definitely one that benefits the defenders, you would imagine. Being able to hear footsteps better and stuff like that. If you're a defender, you're going to want to know what angle attackers are coming from. So Raha seems very kind of useful in that situation. So I would put her on the defending side of the equation. Let me just read her backstory real quick. I accidentally hit my computer button. So once again, these descriptions are brought to you courtesy of It's My First Smoke Break over on Reddit. So he's been very useful for that. Raha. Did I read out Tariq? No, I didn't read out Tariq. Sorry, let me just read out Tariq's real quick. So he was orphaned as a teenager by a homemade explosive device intended to cripple a local militia cell. Tariq grew up a survivor in the streets of Aleppo. Caught between multiple factions struggling for control of Syria, Tariq trained with various insurgent groups and developed an expertise around building and dismantling explosives, which he employs to this day as a mercenary for hire, and that kind of explains his perk, you know. He's based around explosives, based around traps, that kind of thing. And then we'll just quickly read out Raha's before I skip over hers as well. So during the Afghan civil war, Raha's children were abducted by the Taliban, so that's kind of interesting. She was dragged through the streets and tortured with boiling water before being rescued by freedom fighters vowing revenge. Vowing revenge, Raha joined the resistance and trained to dismantle the Taliban. This isn't a funny story, I don't know why I'm laughing. With her permanent scar as a painful reminder of what she's fighting for, Raha now offers her talents on the black markets to the highest bidder to fund her resistance efforts. Okay. Let me go back to the comments, see what I missed. Hope they put in a clan system down the line. It's one of those wait and see kind of things, Mr. Bean. J Dodds, I know your name from Reddit. Yo dude, I'm super drunk right now. I'm fairly tipsy myself, J Dodds. What unannounced features do you hope are on the game? I really hope autocorrect made this readable. Okay. Unannounced features that I want. I've actually made a video about my wish list for this game, so if you want to check that out. But I think one of them was already touched on by someone else. I can't remember who. Maybe it was Cousin Justin. A replay system. I'd love to see cinematic, like a cinema mode, where you can like fly around the map in viewer and see the bullets flying and stop time and pause time and make cool videos that way, like, you know. What else would I like to see? Unannounced features. You put me on the spot, J-Dods. I need more time to think about that. Check out that video, though. I'm pretty sure I've answered it there. But thanks for your comment and thanks for tuning in, man. Tradition. I can't wait for the game to launch just so I can actually think about other shit again. Yeah, what the fuck am I going to do once this game comes out? My channel is just going to wither and die. Alex Bevan. You didn't talk about Tariq's background. Sorry, yeah. Okay, I did there, but you know. I'm a bit delayed here. Cousin Justin, what would everybody watching this video like to see in Firewall? Or added to Firewall? Devs may be watching. Good point, Cousin Justin. Mamiya, Mako counter. Tradition wants to see a semi-auto rifle. That's interesting, Mamiya, Mako counter. Isn't Raha a Mako counter? When you think about it. Rhinos. I would like to see an Irish character based on Pumpkin's ex-career in the military. Thank you, Rhinos. We'd all like to see that, I think. Get the petitions ready. Kiwi, I'd like to see a Puerto Rican operator named Pan-Man. And I'd add to that I just want to see frying pans. Like, that's his only weapon he's allowed to use. Mr. Bean, we need proximity chat. Yeah, that's something I really hope is there too, Mr. Bean. That would be some good shit. Just to be able to have like a bit of shit talk with the enemy team, you know? Dave Station, we need pumpkin skins and pumpkin guns. Dave Station, I couldn't agree more. I think Dave Station kind of summed up what we all want out of this game, really. Alex Bevan, yeah, proximity chat would be great. We need pumpkin masks as well. Yes, Dave Station. This Dave Station is saying all the right things in the chat here. Jerem Vorf, hardcore mode with friendly fire and proximity chat. Well, we kind of already know that hardcore mode is something that they're definitely considering. It's just kind of up to us. It's up to the sales. It's up to the player base. Rhinos, pumpkin beards. You want them see-through beards, rhinos? I don't know. I don't know if those aren't really a good look. I think the skip beard is pretty nice. Dear God, everyone has such a tragic backstory. $10 says the writer of these bios is on suicide watch right now. That's from Laner130. Tradition. They'd make good American Got Talent contestants. That's true, with the sob stories. Mamiya. Proximity chat so we can hear enemy players breathing heavily, crying out in panic when surprised. What's to say we won't be the ones crying out in panic, Mamiya? We need a pumpkin trinket. Jesus, just pumpkin everything. Just make everything pumpkin. Orange, green stems, everything. That'll do my... Shit. I've lost. Okay. Message retracted from Motoace. It's a good one. Timmy Versesi. Is there going to be any weapon customization? Timmy, there's going to be skins you can put on, like camouflages and shit like that, but you can also have attachments that will alter the performance of your weapon. So there's going to be grips, underbarrel attachments like grenade launchers. Apparently there's going to be shotguns and shit like that too, like underbarrel attachments, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. What else? Laser sights. Flashlights, there's a big question mark over flashlights. We've seen them earlier on when it was revealed, but we haven't seen much about them since. There's big question mark about flashlights. PSVR Brazil, hi friend, great work with Firewall 0 Hour. Thank you very much, PSVR Brazil. Great work with your website in Portuguese, I believe. Tradition, we need cigarette break guide to decode Motoace's comment. Cousin Justin, I'll just ban him instead. I wonder if the laser color is customizable. We've seen red and green. Yeah, I'd imagine, well, I wouldn't expect much more than red and green, you know, but who knows, maybe. In all honesty, all I want is a smooth launch. If it comes out and the game is broken and laggy, will hurt the game big time. Absolutely, I agree with that, Ryan. I think that's kind of one of the reasons why they're doing the staggered release, which is unfortunate for me and you, but whatevs. Let's keep going. Diaz. So Diaz, the main thing about Diaz is that he has the prosthetic leg. That's kind of like a unique thing. I'm hoping we can look down at our legs and just see a prosthetic there. That'd be pretty cool. It's a very unique thing. I don't think there's any other like first person shooter that I've noticed where it's like a prosthetic leg. I'm sure Overwatch or some shit like that has prosthetic legs because they're all half robots or whatever. But we actually finally learned more about Diaz. He's kind of the one we didn't really know anything about, himself and maybe Mako as well. So his real name is Rob Diaz. He's from America. His skill is double time. So this is brand new. We didn't know this before. And this lets him move faster. So faster movement speed, it says. So if you know about prosthetic legs, you know that sometimes, like if you ever watch the Paralympics or something like that, they've got like these blades. And technically, I think they're like more effective than human legs, so they can actually run faster than people with two legs, you know. So that's kind of like an interesting thing that they've adapted into this game. It's pretty cool, you know. Let me just read his backstory real quick. Diaz. So Rob comes from a long line of law enforcement and military service. As a police officer in Los Angeles, Rob heard the call of his country and enlisted in the army. He completed 2 tours of duty before losing his leg in an IED in Afghanistan. As a decorated hero with an honourable discharge but unable to serve, Rob supports his family through the lucrative world of private military contractors. So this skill, double time, it is another one of those skills that would benefit both sides equally, I think. I think at first you might think it's more of an attacking skill, because attackers, when you think attackers, you think speed. When you think defenders, you think big, bulky, slow. But as a defender, because there's not just the laptop to defend, right? There's also these access points. So if you might want to get there fast, plant a trap, and then run back to the laptop again, and then they'll go to that access point and boom, set off your trap, you know. So it's more than meets the eye, kind of, you know, with these kind of skills. It's another one that's down the middle. But I wonder if this is a skill that will help those people who keep complaining about how the movement speed looks so slow. There might be like a queue of people trying to get Diaz. Okay, so what comments have I missed? Mr. Bean. Okay, Mr. Bean. I'm hoping for season DLC like Rainbow Six Siege. That would be cool, Mr. Bean. Like a bulk of like new operators, like 6 new operators in one DLC season. That would be cool. And a bunch of weapons and stuff too, obviously, and maps. But I hope maps will be free, because otherwise we're talking about splitting up the player base. That would not be cool. So DevStation viewer, I feel like we won't have legs if you look down. I think there has been gameplay footage where someone's looked down and there was legs. I wouldn't bet my life on it now, or bet my house, but I think that's there. Timmy Versesi, does anyone know when Alvo's release date is? Timmy, don't talk to me about Alvo's release days. Have you seen the game they made before Alvo? Well, I say before Alvo, but who knows how far they've come along in Alvo. Quiz Night Tonight, disaster, you know. I will believe that game when I see it, you know. I don't want to be a dick, because it could turn out to be great. Fingers crossed it turns out to be as class as it looked in that trailer, but I just don't believe that one, you know. Alex Bevan, gonna leave now, catch up with the stream in the morning, have a good one. Thank you for tuning in, Alex, I appreciate that, and good night. PSVR Brazil, hey, are those primary skills exclusive of each character? So PSVR Brazil brings up a good point that I was going to get to later, but we might as well talk to now. From what I can tell, PSVR Brazil, once you get to a certain rank or something like that, you will unlock your operator's secondary ability. So the first one is the embedded one. You can't get rid of that one as far as I know, but the second one, you can put whatever you want in there. So there's a pool of skills. What I imagine is that the skills that are in that second one are all the other skills that the other ones have, so all the embedded skills. But it is possible that there's extra skills that we don't know about that aren't embedded, so I can't say much about that, but no, to answer your question, they're not exclusive. Not always exclusive anyway. Rhinos, by the way, I've noticed the other PSVR channels now are covering the game. Now you've been promoting it so much. I think it's just that it's coming so close to launch, you know. It's time to start talking about it a bit more, and that's what I want to see. Lewis Knight, PSVR. Yo, Pumpkin. I made it. Thank you, Lewis Knight. Cool guy, Lewis Knight. Check out this guy's channel, by the way. He's a cool dude. Motorways, maybe something cool like a bleed effect that allows tracking of an enemy player like a small blood trail for a short amount of time. You talking about a perk or something like that, Motorways? Because I've lost track on what you're saying. Mammy, his legs should have infinite HP. That's actually a good point. You know, it'd be kind of cool if he shot his leg and the sparks or something like that, you know. Instead of blood, maybe dust or some shit. Cousin Justin, is there hand combat and close proximity? If you press R3 on whatever controller you're using, you will do a knife attack, according to David Jagneau from uploadvr.com. But we haven't actually seen that in action, so we don't know what it looks like. Is it just like, I'd say it's probably like Call of Duty. You just do a quick whoosh across with the knife, you know, and that's it. Roy Schwartz. Now, Roy Schwartz is famous for carrying around bags of ham, and he's asking me, still no Blue, question mark. No, I haven't seen any character named Blue. Because why he's asking about is if you are American and if you pre-order the game on the PSN American store, you'll get like these avatars, and one of them is called Blue. But I don't think that's actually anyone's name. I don't know why it's called Blue, but it just is. So Kiwi says, if Diaz and Raha are on the same team, chat is blocked between them. Diaz is bitter. This is okay, I understand this reference. Because Diaz lost his leg in Afghanistan. And Raha is from Afghanistan, so good one, Diaz. I was about to call you Diaz. Good one, Kiwi. Yes, there's Melee. Lewis Knight, what's up? Empty chest. Hello, empty chest. Rhinos, Alvo was greater than Firewall. Someone ban Rhinos immediately. Dave Station. Oh god, quiz night tonight. Jesus. I haven't even played that game. But I don't even know if it came out in the European store, did it? I was thinking about getting it before, but then I heard all the fucking trash about it and I was like, no way, I'm not touching that dumpster fire. Ray Schwartz, the laughy face. Ultimo D, enjoy your dinner, empty chest. I hope this wasn't asked already, but do you think you can pick the same character on each team? Or is it more like Rainbow? That's a very good question, chest. Or empty chest. I'd say on your own team, you probably have to be unique. But maybe between the two teams, you can have crossover. But I definitely wouldn't put my house on that. That's one of those things I've been wondering about myself. I haven't seen any confirmation about that, so I'm sorry, but I don't know, definitely. Tradition, saying goodbye, motorways, yeah. Okay. Or 3, Decepticon, don't know what you mean. Probably mocking my accent. I hope you can lean almost a snap shooting like in paintball. Not sure what you mean there, empty chest. They should add a punch to stun an enemy. It's different. Knife is too quick. Well, we don't know if the knife instantly kills. You know, it could be that you need to knife 3 times to kill someone because some of these characters have a bigger pool of health. Maybe. Well, I suppose it's not a bigger pool of health, but like buffs against certain types of attacks. Although none of them have a buff against melee, so who knows. Can't believe how hyped I am for this. I bought Rainbow Six for the first time on sale after the free weekend. What's the point? You won't be playing it again once Firewall comes out. Roy and his bag of ham. Empty chest. He's like playing it, my friend. Okay, let me just get down a bit. Landing an effective disabling punch in combat is for movies and flat games. Stabby is more realistic, though more likely to be a slice due to ratings boards. Mammy bringing the good points to the chat there. CSN Grey, what's up, man? Hey bro, I can't watch the stream right now. Will it be available after you are done? Absolutely, it'll just automatically be on my channel, so don't worry about that. Rhinos, along with probably 20 game we have never received in the UK AU store. That's true. Okay. God damn, you talk a lot. Let me get through this trailer, would you? Fang. Okay. We knew he was Chinese. We knew his name was Fang. His full name is actually Fang Li. I think we already knew his skill was Lightspeed, which is the reload faster. And again, that's one of those perks that's going to be handy on either side. He's not really a specific defender or attacker. He's a go-between. And we'll just go through his story real quick. The product of strict institutionalized military training as a teen, Fang developed expert marksman skills and regularly competed. Recruited as a combat pilot for his expertise, Fang became a national hero when his fighter was shot down behind enemy lines and he held off an enemy platoon using only a pistol. So that's interesting. We do see him using a pistol a lot when he's shown off, I think. Not one for the spotlight, Fang receded into the shadows of the mercenary world. So Fang is a bit of a tall, dark and handsome type dude. But he's kind of uninteresting. Like, his skill is useful, fast reloading, but it's gonna need to be complemented with one of the secondary skills to kind of make him stand out a bit more, I think. What are you saying? Yeah, maybe a perk for the Texas chick since she's a poacher hunter. Oh, okay, I see what you mean now. Motorway. So that would be cool, where you can track the blood and shit. Yeah, it's interesting. Lewis Nice, yeah, no, I just need something till then. Freezing myself isn't an option. Lewis Nice, have you tried it? I say you should try it first, then come back and tell me if it worked or not. CSN Grey, okay, thanks bro. 100 emoji, love them 100 emojis, thank you very much. They should add in a knife as a in real life sidearm with the motion controller. You mean like a move controller, use it as a knife? See, people keep saying, how about we have the aim controller and then a move controller like in our pockets or some shit like that as a sidearm? But I just think in real life, personally speaking now, for me, I'm clumsy enough that I would just reach for the fucking move controller, it would get stuck in my pocket, I'd hit the trigger on it by accident and shoot myself in the head with the handgun or whatever. I think it's one of those things that sounds cooler than it would be to actually do, you know? Rhinos, we just can't get enough of your Scottish accent, mate. Fuck off, Rhinos. Roy Schwartz, you're wearing your princess dress. You sound extra giddy tonight. I'm actually under the influence of alcohol, Roy, so that's why I'm a bit giddy, and that's why I'm kind of slurring my speech a bit and not reading correctly. But thank you for reminding me to take another sip there. My throat was getting a bit dry from all this talking. Anyway. Laner 130. Oh god, a normal person without a deep tragic past. And I wouldn't even say that's not a tragic past. It's just that it's compared to everyone else, it's not as harrowing, you know. Rhinos. Roy, he had a glass of beer earlier. He's pretty drunk. Us Disney princesses, you know, we can't handle the beer. Kiwi. His gear setup does not support fast reloads. All his mags are in covered Velcro pouches. This game is a sham. 0 out of 10. This game is literally unplayable. Roy Schwartz, lol, light waves. Rhinos, blah blah blah. Talking shite. Lewis brings up a good point. Yeah, I was going to mention that, but I forgot. Honor and Juicy D-Day will have the mixed control schemes. I'm very skeptical about that being an actual... In single player, yeah, I can see it being fun. But in a multiplayer environment where you need to be quick, you need to be able to reach for that sidearm real quick, I can see that being just a mess, you know? Hey, Brian Smith. The original centipede, Brian Smith. Oh, then the real Brian Smith actually commented underneath that, so hello, real Brian Smith. Later, we could equip bayonets. That would be kind of cool, actually, yeah. Let's keep going. Okay, Mako. Now, she's one of the kind of more mysterious of the cast. Even in her backstory, I know it goes into like her being mysterious. So we knew her name was Mako. We knew she's Japanese. We knew ninja is her skill, which reduces movement noise. Now, that skill, you'd have to imagine that would go better as an attacker than it would as a defender. And obviously it would be useful on both. But if I was to put her on one team, it would be an attacker. Just with that one skill alone. I don't know, maybe you think differently, but sneaking in, hacking things, nobody can hear, you know? Let me just read her backstory real quick. Once again, I just want to mention this guy's name who actually went to the trouble of typing this out. He's the Reddit user, It's My First Smoke Break. Okay, so Mako. Very little intel exists regarding Mako's origin, identity, or history. She is rumored to be the daughter of a powerful Japanese organized crime lord, so I'm guessing Yakuza, hence all the tattoos on her and all that kind of shit. Her significant combat skills indicate formal training, and she has been linked to several incidents of high-value data theft and global mercenary activity. So yeah, data theft and shit like that kind of goes along with the ninja skills. She's kind of a sneaky thief, you know? I'd definitely have her on the attacking team, I think. What are you guys saying? Lewis Knight likes her with the old love heart and the winky face. Lewis, don't be a pervert. This is a working woman and she doesn't need to be harassed like that. Cousin Justin, will Gamergate make this game too woke? Who knows? Rhinos, if this game is no good, you will have to refund all of us, Pumpkin. Fine, that's fine. It will be good. I'm confident enough. But if it is good, you've got to pay me the same amount you paid for the game. That's fair, I think. Mako's got the genuine Yakuza full body tattoos. Yes, she does. Yeah. Let me see. Let me get a good look at these tats. Normally they have like animals on them, you know, but it's not really possible to tell what exactly that is. But it's the full body shit, you know. Her boobs seem really low. From Laner. Let me see. It's one of those things that now that he said it, I can't not see it. But I'm sure her boobs are fine, you know. I'm not going to worry too much about the boobs. Just don't look down when you're playing as her, you'll be fine. She's hiding grenades in there. Polish Paul, welcome to the chat. Mamiya, not unrealistic for a Japanese person later, speaking from experience. Mamiya with the Japanese culture in the chat over here. Lewis, nice. Okay, sorry. No. Brass support is an unlockable item. Lads, let's not get into the perverted nature of the chat. Let's keep the chat kind of clean if we can, because they could be watching. Hess Barber could be watching right now. So I don't want him knowing that I associate with degenerates and perverts in the chat. Mamiya, shoulder mounted ones are rare as heck there, more common to the west. Genetics are weird. Okay. This is the kind of thing, you know, we gotta move past the subject. Columbo 980, what up pumpkin? Just got off work. Columbo, glad to hear you're off work. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Slick Willy, what's up PP? I told Slick Willy this yesterday, but his name was just Willy before he heard about Firewall, and now he's just constantly slick with moisture, so now he's Slick Willy. Pay you will be getting it for free anyways. No, I won't. I've actually got the game pre-ordered. It's already out of my account, and I'm not cancelling the pre-order, so I will be paying it just like the rest of you. Cousin Justin, let's keep it clean. Degenerates, good man, Cousin Justin. Reynolds, Polish Paul is my favourite PS viewer, dude. Well, that hurts, Ryan. That hurts me deep. Although I'm Polish Paul is very happy to hear that. Polish Paul is way better. Roy, someone ban Roy immediately. No more bag of ham for him. Gorilla Monsoon, Decepticon with the weird references to old-timey wrestling announcers. Okay. Let's get to the next operator. Okoro. He's actually the one I think that his skill is the most useless, almost. Just thinking about it, you know. In practice, maybe it's the most useful, but I don't know. Okay, let's just go through what we know about him. We already know his name's Okoro. His real name is Okoro Chetty. Is that a C? Yeah, I think it is. Chetty. He's from Angolia, and his skill is heavy duty, which is less explosive damage. So unless the games are like frag fests and there's fucking mines and shit everywhere, I won't be picking this guy, I don't think. You know? But having said that, there's every chance they will be frag fests, especially if red is on the enemy team. If red is on the enemy team, then Okoro will be a good choice. He's definitely more geared to being a attacker as well, because you would imagine enemies would be placing more mines and shit around the laptop, around the access point, so he could maybe take a bit of extra damage there. So as an attacker, he has a use. Of course, they all have uses when you consider the fact that they have the second perk as well, so we'll get into that in a sec. Let's read his backstory real quick, shall we? He was once a radical militia leader. Okoro was captured and recruited into the South African army as a resource to educate against and combat rebel insurgents. Abruptly expelled for undisclosed reasons, Okoro now financially supports his political agenda through independent mercenary contracts connected to the manipulation of sensitive political data. So this guy is a political extremist. Is that what it said? A militia extremist. A radical militia leader. Okay, so he's kind of a dangerous dude. He's not necessarily a good guy, judging by that backstory, you know? Which is interesting. What are you guys saying? Can't understand that guy at all. Polish ball, I hope you're talking about. Pumpkin used to be my fave back in the day. He has changed recently though, very corporate now. That's just how it is, Ryan, you know. You used to be my favourite when you were called Ryan. Now you're someone called Rhinos PS Viewer Zone. What the fuck is that? If that's the most corporate sounding username I've ever heard. Decepticon, that's who I'm going to choose. Okoro, really? Or are you just taking the piss because I said I won't choose him? Lewis, nice. PS Viewer, I understand. Like ever fourth word, Paul says. Paul getting some solid abuse in the chat. Maybe Okoro just gets ketchup vignette from a mine. Maybe. Yeah, you'd wonder, does a mine instantly kill everyone else? And maybe he can survive just one blast. Maybe he can survive two blasts. You'd imagine it's just the one, and for everyone else it's like an instant down. Dave Station. He's gonna have to find another VR CEO to cozy up to after Firewall comes out. They're lining up, Dave Station. Don't worry about that. I've lost where I was. Oh, there we go. Jesus, you've talked a lot since the last time I was talking. Kiwi, I think you'd appreciate that perk if 4 dudes were lobby. Yeah, so that's a good point, Kiwi, but having said that, it all depends on how much he can absorb from a blast, you know? Is it going to leave him on the edge of death? Or will he be able to take 2 grenades maybe, or 3 grenades, or something like that, you know? Kiwi, I think you'd appreciate that. Yeah, okay. Traps though. Yeah, traps. Good point. Slick Willing. Can't get mentioned on stage at E3 without selling out. That's true, Dave Station. Please check out this advertisement at the end of the video I'll be showing you for the new Old Spice that's coming out later on this month. So look forward to that. Rhinos. Paul sounds a lot more coherent than Pumpkin sounds. Thank you, Rhinos. Dave, please understand me. Polish Paul, 10 out of 10. Lewis Knight can't wait to try out all these new characters, and that's a good point, because it's all well and good talking about them, but once we actually are playing them ourselves, it can be a completely different story. So I just said there that just from knowing what I know, I think Okoro is the one I'm probably least going to use. But now, well, you've made some good points there, and once I actually play it myself, maybe he's the one I use all the time when I'm a attacker or a defender or whatever. Well, attacker. He's more of an attacker, I think. Especially when you combine it with another skill, you know. That's the thing you have to keep remembering. I will have to rewatch this stream once it's over with subtitles on. Fuck off, Ryan. I'll be playing as that chick with giraffe neck. Which one is that? Alphonse Gustafsson, sorry. Are you going to be able to change cosmetic like gear and clothes? You can change, yeah, there's definitely cosmetics in the game, Alphonse. So there's both character cosmetics and then there is weapon cosmetics. So the character stuff you can change is like outfit camouflage and patterns. You can do face paint as well, and I think there's like Velcro patches too you can add. And for the weapons then there is both skins, so camouflage patterns there again, and also trinkets, so the kind of like things that dangle off the side of the guns. In this case we see a lot of dog tag trinkets with like American flags, and I think there's a California flag as well we saw. So that's the kind of cosmetics you gotta deal with. Okay, Dave, they tried mentioning him on stage. Haha, got it wrong. Fuck off, Ryan. Once again, Mamiya Okoro's secondary skill probably makes him shine on the battlefield. Yeah, Mamiya, that's a good point. I agree with that. Rhinos, with you have your falcon on your shoulder, Paul. That's for Paul. I shouldn't be reading these private messages out loud. I'm sorry about that. Cousin Justin, wait until they allow you to build your own character. I don't think that's going to happen, Cousin Justin. But never hurts to dream, I suppose. Man, I wish I had a mouse instead of this touchpad. It's really fucked for scrolling through these comments. Rhinos is claiming skip. Rhinos, we'll see about that. Ninja chick, like Cav. Any information about the melee animation? No, we've never seen it. All we know is that if someone can get in touch with David Jagneau, he knows. He's the only one. He's the only source we've had so far that confirms melee animation. Even in that 9 minutes of GameSpot coverage, there was no melee. I thought that was weird. I was like, how can you play this game for 9 minutes and not shows? But I imagine you click the button, it just does a nice swipe. That'll be it. I can't imagine it being anything other than that, you know. Timmy Versesi, is the turning going to be like Arizona Sunshine click turning? Timmy, there's 2 things I want to talk to you, Timmy. First of all, you can have smooth turning in Arizona Sunshine if you want. And secondly, this game will also have smooth turning. So if you need to go into your menu and turn, like switch, mess around with your settings, you'll find smooth turning. Kiwi, your trackpad doesn't support 2-finger scrolling. Kiwi, I save 2 fingers for the women. I only use 1 finger with the laptop, okay? Rhinos, do you know what they have enhanced with the game on the PS4 Pro, Pumpkin? All we know is that it is indeed PS4 Pro enhanced, but they have never gone into any detail specifying what exactly that is. But I will say that if you are a standard PS4 user, there is a good chance that every single bit of gameplay we've seen so far is from the PS4 Pro. Obviously, except for the stuff where they say on the bottom of the screen that it's captured from the PC to convert to like a 2D watchable video, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, let's keep going. Grim. So the Grim is actually the one that surprised me here, because he's the only one I think we fucked up. Well, I fucked up his country of origin. So his real name is Charles Taylor, and he is from Great Britain. I thought he was German. So when I saw his initial, that was like country abbreviated initials beside his name, I thought it said GE or, but it must have obviously said GB or, as in Great Britain, you know. It's an unusual kind of abbreviation to go. Normally it's just like UK or whatever, but his skill is quick fix, so he's the medic dude, as we knew already. And you would imagine a medic is going to be useful on both sides of the equation, so he's another one that's kind of down the middle. Pro support will be paid microtransactions. Wow. Might be a good question to ask you, mate. Yeah, that's definitely one. But by the time I'm asking these questions, you have to keep in mind the game's already going to be out, so a lot of your questions will already be answered, I think. Maybe not that one, but I will. If it's not already answered, I will. So hopefully I can pistol whip an enemy across the head. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Like maybe some characters have knives, so that when you do melee, it will be a knife, or maybe like it's the same animation for every single one, or maybe they're unique. I'm hoping they're unique. That would be cool, but I'm gonna go ahead and play it safe and guess for they'll all have knife attacks. Do you think they're going to split the teams like in Rainbow? Says Empty Chest. When you ask that, do you mean like you can only pick certain players or certain characters for defenders and certain characters for attackers? Because if that's what you're asking, then no, I don't think they are. You can pick any character for either side, I think. Laner, Charles Taylor is a very common German. Well, we didn't know his name was Charles Taylor, Laner. All we knew was his name was Grim, and Grim kind of sounds like a German type name, you know. But let's look into his backstory really quick. So Grim, as a troubled youth, Charles grew up in a state-run juvenile detention centres. After a terrorist attack in London destroyed a centre, killing innocent children, Charles joined the British Special Forces and dedicated his life to saving others as a combat medic. Unable to outrun his demons, Charles was discharged dishonorably and now manipulates funds and sensitive data obtained from mercenary contracts to dismantle terrorist cells. So he's a bit of a chimney sweep type character, you know, a bit of a lovable rogue, I think, is what they're going for with Grim. What are you saying? Do you ever sleep? I sleep very irregular hours. I think I've got insomnia or something. Rhinos, would be great if they do a AMA on Redis. Yes, I really hope they do that before the game comes out. Maybe see if they're willing to do a pumpkin. I can't really talk to them before I do the stream, so that's going to be after it releases. I could email Hess, but I don't want to be like spamming them with shit either, you know. But if they're watching this, and he did tell me that they do watch a lot of my videos. You know what he told me actually that made my day? Is he said that all the team watches my videos, right? And they've all started pronouncing VR the way I do in the office. That's a meme. I've become a meme inside the First Contact studio. That's fucking cool, I think. I even told my girlfriend that, and she had a good fucking laugh at me. So that was fun. Lewis, right, all I want to do is sleep until this releases. Lewis, there's probably some drugs out there that can do it. Slick Willy, Grim self-revive would be cool. I think his perk only applies to when you go over to a downed enemy and then the X appears over them. So the medic pistol isn't locked to him as far as I can tell. Anyone can have that medic pistol. That's amazing viewer, baby. It is amazing. Trailbearers, I think so too. You all gotta start pronouncing it the way I do. I do it correctly. Think about it now, honestly. Most of ye are American, right? I'm Irish. Just across a small sea from me is England. Now, where did the English language originate? From England. So when you think about it logically, which one of us is going to be correctly pronouncing viewer? Is it going to be me or is it going to be you? I think it's more likely to be me, you know? So, you're all wrong. You're making me tempted to buy the digital copy at midnight now. Ryan, I don't want to pressure you into doing anything, but that's just what I'm going to do. V or is the correct way, Trailbears. No money for drugs, only for games. That's fair enough. Cousin Justin, Canadian, but you're still pronouncing it wrong if you're not saying viewer. Although, you know, there is parts of Canada that are suspiciously similar to parts of Ireland in terms of accents, you know. It's not it's or, as in O-A or. O-A or. Kiwi, but we have 10 aircraft carriers that says right. Okay man, back off. We got no oil. Just leave me alone. I don't got no oil. We do have gas reserves somewhere though. Okay, let's keep going because you're just talking shit now. Nala. So her full name, Nala Buhari. We got it right that her country of origin was Central African Republic. I'm happy about that. Her primary skill is Ghost, so she does not set off mines. Surely that makes her an attacker. You know, you'd have to put that on the attacking side of the equation. You should set up a Patreon where the reward is a video of you reciting the alphabet. Yeah, I could be very educational for all of you. Only problem is, might not get games when it unlocks here. How do you mean? Shouldn't it be like midnight in every single country? Trailbears, knock knock, the US is here for your oil. Trailbears, I don't got no oil. Back off. Paul, the English language originated from German. I know it's hard to be live, but it's true. Paul, get out of here with that nonsense. I'm not gonna sit here and let you think that, and let you trick me into thinking that you pronounce words better than I do, Paul, in English. Your language is crazy, Paul. There's lots of Z's, lots of W's. I don't know what they all mean. Okay. Nala's backstory. As a child, Nala's village was invaded by rebels, and the children were taken to a militia prison camp where they witnessed unspeakable horrors. Liberated by Central African freedom fighters during a daring raid on the camp, Nala then joined the CAFF, which is the Central African freedom fighters, trained as a soldier. She now dedicates her life to ending the enslavement of children from warlords and militias through mercenary and military contracts. It's amazing the amount of things you can do through mercenary and military contracts, apparently. You can solve all the world's problems by just killing other people. Stop them from hacking laptops, you know? Polish Paul's favourite giraffe chick. Is this the girl you're saying is the giraffe chick? Oh, she's got the neck things. Oh, that's a cool touch. I like her gloves. I like her handwear. So when you're playing as her, you'll be seeing her hands a lot. So that'll be pretty cool. Rhinos. People say we butcher the English language. Pumpkin, you are great at butchering it more so. I'd say Irish and Australian English are equally good at butchering the English language. But I'm proud to butcher the English language. So are people trying to hack a laptop that will somehow help them all achieve their personal goals simultaneously? I think it is. I think that's how it is. They hack a laptop and then a genie appears and grants them one wish. Where's the black dude? We already talked about Okoro. about, I don't know how long ago, but we discussed him already. Kakashimoto Gaming, or what? Jeez, Pumpkin, don't you follow other PS Viewer channels? What are you saying, Rhinos? I'm missing your reference here. That's how I picture what Ernie looks like in real life. Nala? You hacking laptop to steal some porn. I hope it's legit porn, you know, some clean porn. Nothing too sketchy. Cousin Justin, that is indeed Ernesto. The illogical stale. So you have to break the firewall to hack a laptop. And yeah, so this is something I only learned recently, thanks to the David Jagno preview over on uploadviewer.com. So he was saying how he was on the defending team and his team died, but the match didn't end just because his team was killed. The attackers still had to hack the laptop. They were trying to hack the laptop, but it wouldn't let them because they didn't disable the firewall first. So that's what those access points are. You go to the access points, that's where you disable the firewall, so you actually have to do that. Previously, I thought that was optional, and that if you hacked the access points, that would just reveal where the laptop was, but it seems like that's actually a requirement. So as an attacker, you got like 2 objectives, really. Ray Schwartz with the message retracted. Kakashimoto Gaming, can I see him real quick? Okay, fine. Fuck, where is he? Was he after Fang? Let's find out. There he is. If you want to know something about him, ask me away and I'll let you know what we already know. They should put your wife Karen in the game. Karen is in the game. She's one of the voices that talks to you in the earpiece. J-Dodds 1. There's a character who takes less bullet damage. Is there a character who deals more bullet damage? Maybe DLC game's going to be awesome. As far as I can tell, there is no bullet damage increase character. It's just Texas's reduced bullet damage. But that's a very important perk, I think. I think I can see a lot of people having that as their secondary if they're not already playing as Texas. That's because, like, you'd imagine 9 times out of 10 you're going to be experiencing bullet damage far more than you will explosive damage, you know. So Texas has a much bigger advantage over Okoro, I think, in terms of appeal, you know, at least with just the base embedded perks. 34 seconds left in the video. This should be over by Thursday. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Kakashimoto Gaming. Thanks. Oh, that's my dude. Oh, that's your dude, Decepticon. Okay. I enjoy... Well, you like to roleplay as black people, don't you? You like to appropriate people's cultures, Decepticon, so I'm not surprised. Polish Paul. Why can't they just steal the laptop? What's the point hacking it? Everyone knows they're there. Might as well just take it. I'm guessing it's hooked up to some kind of network. Maybe the network is the key or something like that. I don't know, Paul. Hopefully we get an explanation. Okoro, he looks tight. He does look cool. I like, if you look at his arms, I don't know if you can see it there. You can just about see like he's got like colourful bracelets and shit, and that's what you're going to see when you're playing because you see the hands, you know. So he adds a bit of colour to the game. Fun fact, when this channel hits 1,000 subs, one person will be banned permanently. Make sure to hit the sub button, ding the bell, flick the like button to enter the contest. I don't remember agreeing to this contest, Cousin Justin, but I like the sound of it. Jeez Pumpkin, this has been going on for hours now. I actually have a timer in front of me, so you can't bamboozle me with that kind of talk, unfortunately. Let's just keep going. Who were we on last? Nala. Okay, so before I talk about Odin, who's another mysterious one, we have to talk about the music. What do you guys think? I think the soundtrack for this game, assuming these soundtracks are all in the game, it sounds really good. Like, not just this trailer. What was the other one? The Maps trailer. That had a good background music going as well. Like, it's got like a hype soundtrack. So hopefully that's in the game. I like that last read, Cousin Justin. Can you tell us what 12 things you would not do in Japan? Not right now, Kiwi, unless you're talking to somebody else. Columbo, is there a skill to jam mines? There is the skill if you play as Raha. No, is it shit? Did we talk about Nala's skill? Just go back real quick. Shit, we missed that. We completely forgot to talk about her skill. So thanks for saying that. You reminded me. So her skill is Ghost, and that means she does not set off mines. No, we did talk about that, didn't we? Briefly. I think I said that means that she's like an attacker, you know, or she's better suited to being an attacker. So you can't actually jam mines, but if you play as Nala or if you pick the Ghost perk, you will avoid mines. Trowbears. Can I enter on multiple accounts to get in the contest? Go for it, Trowbears. When it gets to 1,000 subs, he will forget you ever existed, Cousin Justin. That's just the man he's become now. Corporate shill. He's absolutely right. I've never denied that once. This isn't a big revelation, Ryan. I've made this explicitly clear. You're meaningless to me, all of you. Slick William, music sounds epic. I agree, Slick. Lewis Knight, don't understand how these videos have any dislikes at all. I know there's some salty people out there in the comments. They're like, why is this on VR? Sony should be making this exclusive. Blah, 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 blah. If you wanted to play this flat, buy fucking Rainbow Six Siege, you know? That has destruction and has a bunch of other shit. This is specifically designed for VR, so just hop off my dick, you know? This is the kind of game VR needs. But there's people like that who are just like that, you know? You can't be listening to those stupid, the minority, you know? There's a lot of, yeah. Mamiya, I think Mamiya is like on the same wavelength as me most of the time. Rewind back to the beginning, Maze. No, thank you. Mamiya, there's some great stuff coming out soon. Transfer. Oh yeah, I need to try that Transference demo out. I've heard about it, but I haven't looked into it yet. Okay, so finally we can talk about Odin. So, there is a screenshot I've seen of a blonde guy. I wonder if it's Grim. Maybe you can take off Grim's hat and he's blonde. I was thinking it was going to be Odin, but obviously Odin is bald and he's got grey beard. Let's just look at Odin anyway. So his real name is Eric Anderson. He's from Norway. We knew that already. His skill is Iceman. That's another brand new one we didn't know before. So his is decreased weapon recoil. And again, that's like a basic skill. Kind of like down the middle. It's going to benefit either side no matter what you're playing on. But it's a powerful skill. I like the sound of it, you know. Let's just look into his backstory real quick. This is the last one. So, as a high-ranking member of, I'm not even going to try and pronounce this, but we'll just call it the Norwegian Special Operations Command, Eric was captured during a classified operation. Disavowed by his country, Eric was brutally tortured until he was able to escape. He returned home a disillusioned war hero. Eric walked away from service and runs a private military company. He earned the nickname Odin due to his status as an elder statesman and his torture-scarred body. So, hopefully we get to check out that hot, tortured, scared body, you know? You know what I'm saying? And... no. I had to laugh at that Dave Station comment there. Norwegian Special Operations sounds fake. Rhinos. Astrobot looks amazing. Paul, the Playroom demo was and still is one of the best games I've played. Yeah, Astrobot probably would be cool, but it's not something I'm going to be hyped about like I would be for Firewall, you know. Kiwi, Odin is nuts. Who wears 2 belts? That would be uncomfortable as hell. Let me check that out. Tommy Wiseau wears 2 belts. I don't know if you know who he is. Standard gear carrier belt. Odin looks pretty cool. I think he might be one of the least featured of the operators we've seen throughout all these trailers and shit and screenshots and whatever. But having less recoil, very useful, I think. There we go. Dave Station's on the same wavelength than me all of a sudden. Dave Station and Mamiya are the same person, confirmed. Astrobot is a full game, 8 hours. Is it 8 hours long? Did not hear that. That sounds cool. Hi, Hi Dougie. You're my favorite customer, Johnny. And let's just play out the rest, even though I know it's just kind of random gameplay bits.
Firewall access point locations are compromised.
Hostiles moving on you.
There's just one thing I wanted to check there at the very... towards the end, I should say. Back a bit more, maybe. Yeah, is that a red skin on the gun, or is it just like the lighting? Is that the reflection from the red containers?
Firewall access point locations are compromised.
I think that's the reflection. And if that's the reflection, that's cool. That's, I don't know what the fucking technical term for that is, but like where the color bounce kind of illuminates the surrounding area. I can't remember what the term for that is. Oh, hi, Mark. His hitbox looks huge. Shh, shh, shh. Why you all shushing? Like playing Jaws and GoldenEye. Desert Eagle. Yeah, Desert Eagle, that's been confirmed for a long time though, but it does. I think you can put a red dot sight in it as well. So once Firewall comes out, Pumpkin, what is the next big game you're looking forward to? Ace Combat, big one. Blood and Truth is another one. What else? Wasn't there one at Gamescom today? It was like a Falcon Age or something like that. That looks kind of cool. But yeah, I'm just hoping... Oh, there's the From Software one as well. I can't remember the name. It's like a French name. Even though I think it's set in Scotland and it's about fairies and shit like that. But just because it's from Software, I have kind of high hopes for that one. Alphonse, Reflection. Okay, let me take another look. But yeah, but even if it is just Reflection, that's impressive for a VR game, like, you know.
Firewall access point locations are compromised.
It's like, it looks like it's kind of, yeah, Reflection is the right thing. You're right. There, Reflection in the game, everyone. Firewall 2 on PS5. I hope that's true, Laner. If Firewall 2 does come to PS5, assuming it's on PSVR 2, I think we can expect destructible environments and shit like that, you know. Please make a video when the game comes out to let us know if it was a red skin for the gun or it was. Listen, these are just the little small details that stick out to me that I want to know about. If it's like a red pearlescent finish on the gun, or if it's just a reflection, or if it's like a bounce. Although bounce does sound a bit advanced for a VR game. Catch and release. Ace Combat 7 news in 6 to 7 hours, if it's alright. That's interesting. I'll definitely keep an eye out for that. Yes, you did. I hope there's a melee animation in the last few minutes. No, I'm afraid there's not. It's not from the last few minutes, it's the last few seconds.
Hostiles moving on you.
And that's kind of it, lads. So, if you have like any burning questions or anything like that you'd like to share with the group here, or anything you'd like to add, now's the time for the next couple of minutes. When Firewall 2 comes out on PSVR 2, Pumpkin will have 1 million subs. The sub growth will just drop as soon as Firewall comes out. Everyone's going to be playing the game. No one's going to look at the channel again. Sorry, motorways. But I'm happy that we even got this video at all. Like, you know, I was concerned. I remember saying this back in the 101 videos, where it was like, in the first week it was 2 101 videos. Then 1 week later there was 2 more 101 videos. I thought they blew their load there. But then they brought out the map one last week, and then now the character one this week. So it's like they've kept content dropping, you know, every week up until launch. So that's nice. If this is like Bravo Team, I'm selling my viewer. Fair enough, Slick Willy, but I promise you it won't be like Bravo Team. Jew 5 PSVR. After Firewall, Pumpkin goes into hiding. He doesn't try the game. He doesn't release any other content. He just disappears into the sunset. I get paid. That's it. I get paid from First Contact for promoting the game, and then I go my way. I live in my mansion, living off that sweet Firewall money, you know. I heard you can read this confidential information with 3D glasses. Kiwi, are you talking shit right now? Because it sounds like you're talking shit. Polish Paul. I think you missed a few details. Just start from the beginning. Polish Paul. I think we've hit all the details. Unless you want to point out a detail that I missed, I'll be happy to go back to it. Until one day, yeah, Paul is right. Yeah, if this game is as bad, I will sell my PS4 due to you hyping this game so much, Pumpkin. I don't give a fuck. I've made my money already, Ryan. I've got all that sweet money from YouTube, you know. So do whatever you want with your PS4. Fateful day, Firewall 0 Hour 2. Let's just hope that there is a 2. If there's a 2, that means 1 was successful, you know. So if this game was successful, we can expect a 2. Let us pray it encounters no servers or matchmaking disasters on release. Starblood Arena was dead for many. It's a good point, Mamia. And I know I've said before to counteract this that the PSVR has such a low user base, but then you bring up the point that that happened to Starblood Arena. So it definitely could happen. I hope it doesn't, but fingers crossed on that one. I wonder if we will get a couple more gadgets, a couple more with gadgets and firearms. If we do, you'd imagine they'd drop this week. Maybe Monday. Next Monday. But they're actually running out of time to start showing us stuff now, which is kind of exciting to say, finally. Only 8 days. Less for you. Starblood was ruined from the beginning, yeah. I think I only played that game like twice. But I still bought it. Alphonse. Will your guns / shots penetrate a wall? Can you shoot through walls? There has been no talk about shooting through walls. You can explode doors. You can plant a C4 on a door and explode it and destroy the door that way, but that's kind of the extent of like destruction and penetration. So don't expect us, but who knows. Rhino says rewind to 34 seconds. I'm guessing this is going to be a huge waste of my time, but we'll try it anyway. Where's 34 seconds? You want to go to Raha? Okay, tell me why I'm going to Raha. I really hope this game keeps a strong player base. Pumpkin will buy 50 copies to keep the game alive. It's not the. I don't think it's the amount of copies that are going to keep this game alive. It's the healthy player base. That's what it needs. I'll be playing this game nearly every day, I'd say. That's what's going to keep the game alive. Well, no team can have more than one of the same character. I don't think so, Roy. They've never confirmed it, but I'd imagine for the because it is a tactical shooter, so that's going to require you saying, "Hey, you pick this guy, you pick this guy," you know. But can the other team pick characters that are already on your team? I would imagine they probably can. So you might have a situation where it'll be, you know, Raha versus Raha or something like that. 1 week, people, that's right. What's up, Yukmout B? Yukmout? I'm getting excited for this game now, I must admit. You goddamn right, you gotta admit it, Ryan. You were a doubter. All these months you were a doubter, Ryan. But I put you in your place. I had the belief. And now you can't deny the truth anymore. Laner. But the other team can get them, so skip fight. Yeah, that's yeah, Laner's on the same page with me there. Because the heightened enemy detection, what does that mean? Okay, Rhinos. Oh yeah, okay. So you actually did have a legitimate thing to add to the conversation there. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so Raha's skill is Scout, and that means heightened enemy detection. What I believe that means is that if you play as Raha, then enemies' footsteps and stuff like that is going to be louder to you than it would be to a different operator. Now, I think the only counter to that could be Mako, because she's got the ninja perk, which allows her to make reduced noise when moving. So I wonder if they cancel each other out, you know. But I believe that's what that means. Is that a reflection on her skin? Polish Paul, we're getting a new meme in the chat here with this fucking reflection shit. Devs confirmed no penetration. Okay. Thank you, Germ Vorf, for the solid confirmation. The illogical stale. Hopefully there is a big enough player base that I will never run into you. I don't know if I should be, you know, offended by that, or, you know, I should be blushing, you know, because that means you're scared of me. I don't know. I would assume it's like Rainbow Six, so some characters will only be defenders or something. No, I don't think that's the way. Yuckmouth. I think you can have any character as a defender, any character as an attacker, but you can probably only pick like one per team, if you know what I mean. So you can't have duplicates on the same team. That's what I think. Rhinos, can she see through walls or something? I don't think so. I think it's just audio. I can't remember where I saw that. Was it during the Japanese stream? I could be wrong. Maybe she can see through walls, but I don't think she can. I think it's audio only. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Rhinos. Haha, true pumpkin. You got that right, it's true, Ryan. Maybe she can tag them for longer. I don't think there is any tagging in this game, Paul. The only times you'll see players' names appearing over their head is when you're kind of looking in their direction. You'd have to be kind of fairly staring at them, I think, for the names to appear. Now, I've seen a lot of people, well, I won't say a lot, but like a few people saying that they don't like that they don't want like these big names appearing over enemies' heads. I can definitely see their point when they say that. But yeah, I think it's just, that is what it is. You gotta wait for a hardcore mode if you want to get rid of that shit. Or maybe in the custom games you can turn that off. Laner 130. Yeah, that is what I was thinking, Paul. Like that red name tag that pops up when you aim at someone. Maybe you just have to look in the general direction at someone. Okay. That's interesting. I didn't think of it that way, Laner. So I still don't think tagging is in the game. But the idea that she can see the names quicker than other people, or like doesn't have to look at them as much, that's definitely a thing that could be part of her perk, you know. So Paul and Laner brought up a good point there. Ryan, Pumpkin, you will have to stream and play with the bigger PSVR YouTubers like Paul and Dave, etc. Yeah, I'd absolutely love to do that. There's already talk of that kind of thing going on. I know there's a lot of different time zones and shit though, so that'll have to be worked out. But I also want to play with my subscribers, like as many of them as I possibly can. I know a lot of them want to play with me like immediately, but that's not going to be possible for everyone, obviously, because there's a player limit. But I'll try and get as many people in as I can. Obviously, I'll never play with Ernesto because of how loud he is. I don't want him on my team. Yes, we will. Yeah, there we go. Paul has confirmed it. I hope Dave Station is in too. So yeah, is there anything else you want to talk about, or is now a good time to end the stream? Dickman B, what time is it for you right now? It's 10 p.m. for me. For me right now, it is 8 minutes past 3 in the morning. Ryan says you won't play with us, Pumpkin. Ryan, I've already played with you, Ryan, in the past, so that's just a straight up falsehood. Dave Station is down. It'd be cool to get like PSVR Frank, Dave Station, Polish Paul, myself, Gamertag, Shughead, bunch of other lads. Who else is the big guys? Seraphim. Shit, I don't know. I hope that they don't feel offended if I miss out their name, but you know, the whole boys. 8 of them anyway. Laner, I would love to watch that. Paul and Pumpkin in particular. Maybe even those chums from Mass. I don't want Paul on my team because it's impossible to understand what he's saying, so I wouldn't be able to communicate with him, obviously. But have him on the enemy team, he would be a great asset for my team if he was on the enemy team, because he would cause a lot of confusion. Nobody would understand what he's saying. So I hope that's something that happens. It's bloody hell, I should be asleep AM. Fair out, it's 12:10 PM here. Fucker, yeah. Like Paul, or like Brian Paul doesn't even exist. He's kind of a quiet guy though, isn't he? He wouldn't, other than his channel, outside of his channel, like, you know, he keeps to himself, you know. Dave Station viewer, shameful. It is what it is. Your buddy Hess. Who's Brian Paul? Brian Paul is the guy who does the Without Parole PSVR channel, which is like huge. I think himself and Frank are kind of like the top dogs. Yeah, but I've already talked about playing with the First Contact guys. I don't know how many of them I'll be playing with. Maybe it'll be like just a team of 4 against me and a team of other people, or will it be all like 7 of them versus, well, with me, you know? I don't know how that's going to go. We haven't kind of worked out the specifics yet of that. Ideally, it would be nice to be able to queue with 8 people and choose teams in a non-private game so you could still level. I'm trying to figure that out in my head, what you mean by that, but I'm too stupid to be able to do that, so I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see it. Station viewer, I'm gonna rebrand myself as Polish Paul Brian. Let's see how many subs I get. Motorways with the retracted messages again. Brian Paul is the one PS viewer dude I Patreon for. Good man. He is a good man. He sounds very kind of down to earth, doesn't he? Genuine guy, not like that Dave Station guy or that Polish Paul guy. He's salted the earth, that Brian Paul. You get loads, Dave. Maybe a YouTuber with their subscribers against another YouTube team. Pumpkin, you need to start a Patreon soon. It's one of those things I've been thinking about it, but like once you do it, people can be like, "Oh, this guy's looking for money, huh?" Maybe when I hit 1,000, I might feel better about doing it then. Start a public game with 8 people in the lobby to take a full server. Okay, I think I know what you mean. My bad working. Don't worry about it, Mozois. Pre-game lobby. There is a lobby. If you watch the Japan stream, you can... Well, that's probably private though, yeah, okay. Well, no, it's not actually, because you can see they get 50 XP for kills and stuff in that Japan stream, so it must have been a public one. And in that stream, they definitely had like a lobby area where they were waiting for invites and all that kind of shit. I don't know who Brian is, but that Jeremy King guy knows viewer, lol. Jeremy King. Do I know that guy? Fame hasn't changed, Brian. Unlike yourself, Pumpkin, you were a shell of your former self. I don't think I was ever. Excuse me. Well, that just sums me up right there, you know. That's the kind of guy I am. When I first subbed to your channel, I thought it said 75k subs. Wouldn't that be nice? I better rhyme. Okay, lads, you're talking too much shite now about the channel, not enough about Firewall, so I'm gonna have to end the stream right there. Hopefully there'll be something else this week to talk about, because these are good fun, you know. I enjoy them. Thank you very much for turning up, for chatting, supporting me, and all that kind of shit. Be sure to give likes and all that kind of crap if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully. Bye bye. Okay, let me just find the stop streaming button and then I'll go. There it is. Okay, this time for real. Bye bye.